Hey there, long time no see. It is time to truly kick off this channel. Last video was a soft start, just covering the bases for those who haven't played Starstable online or doesn't know there are more games involved. And I thought long and hard about what the first lore video should be about. While I was tempted to start with Mr. Sands, no. He's one of my favorites and I have to remain neutral. We will, however, cover him in a future video, but come on. Something has to be exciting. Instead, let's start with the very person, or in this case, deity, who that actually founded Jorvik. Aideen. Let's go to a more suitable location. According to the legend of Jorvik, Aideen is the girl that brought life to the island. Her legend has in fact been mentioned in both the game's intro and trailers.
For centuries, mystery has surrounded the island of Jorvik. Legend says Jorvik was once nothing more than a desolate rock in the cold, dark sea, until one magical and stormy night, a star struck down. A girl on horseback sprang forth from the fading flames. She rode gracefully across the surface of the stormy water, leaving calm and stillness in her wake, carrying with her a light and a golden harp. The girl and her horse reached the bleak and lifeless shores, and she cast down her light in the very center of the island. Waves of life began to surge across the island, and all that was once cold and dark was brought to life through warmth and light.
But to be honest, we don't know many actual facts about the goddess. The game's story has progressed and changed over the years, and therefore it's kind of messy when it comes to her. So I suggest we start with the actual facts. According to the legend, Aideen came from a falling star that landed in the stormy seas outside of Jorvik. In her right hand, she carried a light, a flame, and she rode on a horse to the rocky shores of the island. After the player progresses through the story, it's revealed that she carried a harp as well. That is now in possession of the Jorvik Museum. In the story, the player borrows the harp in order to help connect the two warden trees, the Sleeping Willow and the Scarecrow Hill Tree. The harp can be seen on Jorvik's national flag. Once on Jorvik, she used her light to bring life to the island and became its guardian deity. The harp was apparently found in the place where Jorvik City has one of its plazas today, now named after the goddess. Another fact, during her time in Jorvik, she used her light to create primeval trees. And we might cover these trees in another video, because there's lore to these guys as well. And when it comes to Aideen's name, it is an Irish name derived from the mythological figure, I don't know how to pronounce this, Aden? Sorry if a sun goddess and heroine of the tale The Wooing of Aden. The name means little fire, fitting Aideen's legend of her bringing light to the island, according to your Wikipedia. It's kind of coming to Bible. Now, we're entering the legends and myths. When I researched about her, I realized there's different versions of, for example, how the Soul Riders were created. In the original Star Legacy games, the gods got the power through mysterious ways. Aideen was created for Starstable Online and hasn't been mentioned in the games that founded SSO. Now, we enter the wikis. It will take ages for me to play through the entire game to find all the facts. So, according to your Wikipedia, Aideen perished in an epic battle between her and Garnock in an attempt to protect her guardians. Now, this is the Swedish Wikipedia. The English one only says she sacrificed herself and split her soul into two. One that became one with the humans, and the other merged with the island's horses. And therefore it's said that whenever a horse and a human come together and forge a bond, Aideen's strength or gets stronger? I don't know. When we talk about the Guardians, who are these guys? Oh, come on, you can guess it. It's the Soul Riders, of course. According to your Wikipedia, the different cycles represent attributes of the goddess. Lightning is judgment, moon, wisdom, star, heart, and sun is the shield. Why is there a shield all of a sudden? All of the other ones are kind of, hypothetical, mythical. We'll talk about that later. Note, however, the Soul Rider's powers have been mentioned to represent life, death, time, and space. It's honestly a mess between old lore and new lore. Even I can't barely keep up. According to your Wikipedia, Aideen is the creator of the Soul Riders. Her death, if we can call it that, led to her becoming the very essence of the nature of Jorvik. Now, according to another wiki, named simply Starstable Wiki, Aideen was not from this world. That can explain the Starfall. Because of this, her spirit could not endure and split, aka the same story that we can find on the English Wikipedia, without the sacrifice part. Later quests have told how, according to myths and legends, she arrived in Jorvik in Golden Hills Valley, which have now been named Aideen's Ascent. But this is truly true, however, is uncertain.
Hey. If we did cross the sea, and we killed our enemies, after that, would we finally be free?
As you might guess, it's kinda confusing. I myself found it badass if she actually fought against Garnock to save her guardians, and it makes more sense to her to have given the Soul Riders the powers. In other versions of the myth, the Soul Riders got the powers from the aliens or beings that transported Garnock and crash-landed on Jorvik. There is a theory that Aideen might belong to them, but it's kinda a bit jumbled, to be honest. Tell me in the comments, what do you guys think? A good while ago, Starstable released, or it was leaked, I don't know, some concept art of Aideen. In these ones, she looked like the merge between a forest nymph, human being, and a horse. This would change things in actual lore if it came to be. She would no longer be riding a horse, she would be both. In a way. Now, these are only concept art, which is not factual. We have no idea what is in the future for Aideen's story, but I wanted to include it anyway. It's nice to talk theories. Speaking of theories, let's head to the big one. There is a theory that the player, aka us, might be the reincarnation of Aideen herself. There are hints in the story. For example, before Catherine was confirmed to also be a fifth Soul Rider, aka in the old quests, we were the first one ever to have all 4 Soul Rider powers. Something unique. Which is not so unique now, thanks to Catherine. Thank you, Catherine. The only other character by that time in the origin story in Starstable Online to have all 4 powers is Aideen, who gave the Guardians their powers. None is confirmed, however. Catherine was the 5th Soul Rider as well, according to new lore, which can be seen in the questline of Catherine's memories. In those stories, she's saying how that we, in general, I guess, Aideen's keepers or the inhabitants of Jorvik, don't need Aideen to return because she lives on in the love forged from the true bonds between rider and horse, as well as everyone is what she believes. That in itself springs forth new theories about what Aideen actually is, but we don't have any answers. And, I have to mention it, a 5th Soul Rider was never mentioned in the original games. As you may have noticed in the video, there are many different versions of the lore. The lore team of sso have changed over the years, and it seems that each team have their own versions. New information about Aideen has been revealed. but it's very unsure what her future purpose in the story is going to be. I could go on to talk more about Catherine, but Catherine needs to have her own video, so I won't do that here. Overall, the story is unfortunately losing a bit of its red thread. And this is very visible with Aideen. The very start of the game has changed, and many other bits and pieces that are causing troubles in the long run. For example, something I will mention in the Soul Rider video, according to your Wikipedia, the Soul Riders in Starshine Legacy are hinted to being reincarnated. While in recent SSO lore, I'm counting the last 5 years, only the Soul Horses are reincarnated. But that is for another video. I think I have covered most. And if you wonder why I haven't mentioned Aideen's keepers, I will have my own video for them. Because apparently, they're cannibals, according to the Romans. This was Aideen. It's a bit messy, a bit whimsical. We don't know too much about her. So, please, comment down below what you think about everything I've talked about, because I have no idea. I'm very confused, a bit off-put. I don't really know where this is going with her, to be honest. And comment down below what you think I should do a video about next. Because I want to listen to you guys, and if it's something that I have missed or forgotten to mention or gotten wrong, do tell me. I've checked so many Wikipedia pages, I've watched videos, everything is so different. Because SSO is actively changing the lore that they have already posted in the game. I'm a bit critical to that, I have to admit. How about we just end it here? Aideen is always with us. You can apparently find her in nature and through the bond with your horse. And that's all we need. Have a great time. I'll see you next time.